Good morning, guys. You're God's highest form of creation, and it's natural for your identity to be doing well in all areas of your life. But listen this. Imagine the story where young prince were from the day of his birth in his kingdom always literally on a pedestal. Whatever he wanted was immediately given to him. He hadn't even had the chance to make a wish. It immediately became his life. End of story. Doesn't this feels flat? Yes, it does. And the essence of every story is your capacity to endure and overcome everything that was thrown away at you. So it's never about what happened to you, but what you choose to become despite of it. As Jung would said, the greatest fulfillment comes from being able to become who you are in this lifetime. So people are running away from challenges when in fact they should embrace every single one of them. That's your training ground. That's when you are molded and shaped like the most beautiful piece of jewelry that ever existed. I read somewhere that every soul should have only one goal, and that goal is to have zero regrets on deathbed. And I think that I am that kind of person, because I always followed my heart, even if it was complete nonsense when I would consult my mind. But I knew that I don't want to live with that kind of regret, with regret of betraying my heart. As I said in many previous videos, whenever you are making a decision whether or not to disappoint someone else or yourself, always, trust me, choose to disappoint everyone else, but to never disappoint you. So the hell is here. And what is hell? Hell is at the end of our journey who we could have become, meeting our version of ourselves that is not even a shadow of that possible self. What will give you quiet confidence is to follow the inspired actions, to follow intuitive hunches, to do your best and to, yes, take actions, but then to forget about it. Literally, to forget about all of that. Because if life has planned for you, that is much, much bigger than you could even imagine not to plan for yourself, everything else will crumble and will not work out. When behind the scenes everything is working in perfect order and life and God are putting in the pieces of beautiful puzzle, and that puzzle is your life. So as long as you are doing what everyone else is doing, coming from a place of ego, resistance, scarcity, fear, as long as you are in your little bubble, uh, literally, what can I get, instead of what can I give, nothing will work out. But when you say, it's okay, I finally figured it out, I leveled up, meaning I no longer ask, what do I want from life, or what can I get from this situation? But when you flip the coin and start asking more meaningful questions, for example, what life wants for me and how life can work through me, you literally become alchemists. That was something that I was always drawn to, even before I read the Paulo Coelho's Alchemist, because I always combined everything that was given to me. Uh, Many times some of my friends were criticizing me, but I know what critics is. Always know that whoever is criticizing you, he just, in a sense, cries for help and wants a little more of your personality traits. Never take anything too personal. So I was always combining everything that was given to me and was available to me in a form of knowledge. So I had a luck to watch one beautiful man who passed out few years ago, who said that we should not be bothered with what's present and available to everybody, that you should always be a seeker and search for hidden knowledge. That's exclusive knowledge, and that will set you free. So I always combined whatever I could to figure things out. And many times I was criticized for using astrology, esoteric knowledge, astronomy, physics, quantum physics, whatever I could dig, I would use to figure things out. So some of my friends used to say that astrology isn't something that comes from God, and so on and so forth. I mean, I think that even in Bible was written that the Jesus were found in Jerusalem because 3 Magi's were following the star and found baby Jesus. So I think that we should all follow our personal star. So, for example, it's useless if I am main sign Aquarius. I was born on Valentine's Day. In my country, it's Sveti Trifun, but most of my planets are in Virgo. I mean, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Black Lilith, and many others are in Virgo. So every single soul is so complex, and the story that we build inside of us are helping us to navigate through the unbearable complexity of life. I was never someone who will preach that all day, every day, there are rainbows and sunshines and unicorns. That's not even the point. That's why I said that story about the rich prince at the beginning. Trials and errors are blessings, and as long as you are not fighting against them, you will become the beautiful piece of jewelry, molded and shaped through all those trials and errors. So what makes existence bearable. And as the saying goes, there is a suffering, but there is a way out of suffering, meaning observing radical acceptance, knowing that it's impossible to change anyone else. Let's say you have a partner or a family member or a child or a co-worker, and you are on your mission to change that person in order to behave as you would like to. Mission impossible, forget about it. Why? Because are you even aware how hard it is for you to change yourself? Therefore, changing others is impossible. There is only one way, and that's radical acceptance of everyone just as they are, as well as you should accept yourself just the way you are. Many people don't even need, in essence, enemies, because they are their own worst enemies. Self-talk that most people have is, hate at its finest core. So you don't need that. A radical acceptance is necessary for your own being and for all other beings. So whenever you catch yourself being too hard on yourself, pause, observe, witness, allow, and let go, and replace it with thank you, God, for making me just as I am. I am very well aware of my less fancy personality traits, but they were given to me to use them if needed to. Never be too nice. Yes, it's good to be kind and to have respect and love and appreciation and understanding for others, but it's not good to let others walk over you. That's why we were given, yes, that comes from the ego, but we also have ego for the reason. So you can use it whenever it's beneficial to you, for you to use it. That's why I say, be grateful for just the way you are. Thank you, God. I have that when I catch myself, because yesterday or a few days ago, I've noticed the pattern. My mom was too criticizing towards me, and she still is, meaning whatever I do, it's not good enough. And I figured out that that's the reason why I developed in my life obsessive compulsive disorder, where there were times I'm still working on letting that go, but I would literally beat myself to the ground in order for things to be perfect. But perfectionism isn't good and isn't possible. It's better to be natural. We are all natural, and natural in everything, in my expression, in my life, in being aware that nobody's perfect, therefore I'm not perfect also, but everything has a cause. That's what I wanted to tell you. So and that's why the key to everything is expanding your awareness. I couldn't change or slow down or work on my obsessive compulsive disorder and many other things, addictions and so on and so forth, if I wasn't aware of them. But the moment when I brought the light on things that were at the moment darker, I was capable to put the work and to make some changes that are beneficial for my journey. So, decrease importance literally on everything. Decrease importance even on existence. Why? Because the more you hold on, the more you are literally tighten up, and your nervous system is like a magnet attracting more things to be tightened up about. As I said also many times, we are all like radio stations, and if you are hearing anything that is making your sound unclear, do the work and fine tune. You must always know how to fine tune yourself, to work on your nervous system, because down-regulated nervous system will make the existence for you form of perfect harmony. Yes, there will still be, of course, like in every single person's journey, challenges, but you will be capable to navigate through those challenges with ease, and things will literally work themselves out on their own. Because the more we think that we know, and that we coming from that place of I know the best, the more we are complicating things. I mean, that illusion of me being in control of my life crumbled away through my sickness, through two near-death experiences, because I'm never in control. The power that created me, God, Source, Universe, yes, that's in control. I'm never in control. I'm not responsible for my voice speaking to you now. Yes, I'm picking and choosing words, but I never prepare this. As I said, I am like radio station, and at this moment I'm downloading information. I even started this, as I said, if only one person is listening, I will continue to do it, because that's my purpose, that's my mission. The goal of life, as I posted here, is to discover your gift, to find out what your gift is, and that's the meaning, to find out what your gift is, and the purpose is to share it. So I am 45 years now. On February 14, I will be 46. So I know why everything led to this moment, to finally realize why some other things led me to this, and to be the channel for the source to work and to speak through me. So always allow life to express through you, because many times, as I said, we come from a place of limited beliefs, mental blockages. I mean, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, if someone would say you will share your message and your story with other souls who are maybe there now, or they will be there, I would as laugh as hard as I could, because that was so far and distant away from me. But now, after everything that led to this moment, I know that my purpose is to share what I've successfully overcame, and that's the beauty and uniqueness behind the pain and struggles and challenges that I was able to, through being courageous and through having faith beyond my even capacity of understanding, because I was able to let go, because I was always aware that I'm not in control. I had that somewhere deep down inside me, because even in my high school, I somewhere figured out that this is a simulation, and that the result that we are getting are based upon how good we are playing this game of life. Even though I was, mm, in a sense, failure for my friends and family, because most of them are successful in their careers, and they all have university degrees and so on and so forth. I was always on the edge. I was always the one who followed that inner pull, so to say, and it never failed me. I am, and I will always support it, as well as you will be. All our resistance comes from being frightened that there will never be enough, or that we will not have enough. But look back behind, you always had enough, you have enough, and you will always have enough. That's the feeling and certainty and goodness of the future. Because why? You're here. I am here. I was never in control. In control is 24/7, 7 days a week, as long as I breathe. The power that created me, the power that in this moment is keeping my heartbeat in perfect synchrony. I'm not responsible for my heart beating. If a life isn't in control, it wouldn't do its perfect work. And all the perfect functions that this beautiful vessel, mine and yours, is doing in every second of our existence. So never think that there are things that are small that your body and your vehicle is doing, or big things that your body and vehicle is doing. Everything that your body is doing for you is big, and put yourself more often in being appreciative of this magic that was by the life and source given to you as a beautiful gift. You are never in control, and the moment you let go of control, you become like some instrument that is playing perfect song. And the most beautiful thing is that your story and your essence is light for others. The rule number one for every single creator is to share what they have learned. That's why I'm here. And always ask yourself, or those who are dear to you, whether they're passive consumers or active creators. Passive consumers are all those who are in hustle culture, grind culture, dog eat dogs, unfriendly universe part of a crew, and conscious creators are chosen ones, people who figured out that they are beautiful super organisms, beautiful creation and expression of God. As I like to start my videos, God's highest form of creations. We are all that, but unfortunately many are yet far away from that being acceptable for them in their essence. And for your identity, it's natural to be doing well in all areas of your life. If something's not working, that doesn't mean that you're stupid, incapable, or something's wrong with you. That just means that you should address the resistance and block that is related to that part of your life, and to drop that, and to allow and to be in alignment with what it is that you prefer more or most. So whatever it is that you really, really want, you will probably spend years and years in really, really wanting. Why? We can only have whatever it is that you want now, or forever remain in a place of really, really, really wanting. Wanting something puts out the signal, I don't have it now. But being in alignment and being down regulated in your nervous system, being good either way, makes you magnetic, makes you more and more capable for noticing where you always were supported and how beautiful things in your life are always and now and always will work out. So forget about wanting, decrease importance, stop being too serious, because in my personal opinion, what's messing people up is being too serious about everything that God, source, universe, and creation made for fun. Having more fun, being more, as Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, relaxed, will automatically bring you things with least effort. Read Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. Read The Game of Life and How to Play It. Read Change Mind by David Baer. Read books that are eyes opening. I also love The Backwards Law. I mean, man, book The Backwards Law was something that I remember when I read it, I was literally effed up in a positive sense. Why effed up? Because like in the book of Anthony de Mello, Awakening, it literally crumbled and shattered everything I knew by that time in pieces, literally. I realized that everything that I learned in my 30 plus years, because that's when I read those books, was a lie, was a brainwashing from society and collective consciousness. And I remember that I immediately started to brainwashing myself. Many times I was doing that, and I'm still doing many things without even explaining myself to others, because I've mentioned I come from a background where everyone lived, and most of them are still living in a primal state of being, in the awareness that this life is dog eat dogs, and they're living those realities. I used to feel guilty for not being able to reach them, in a sense, to explain them how things work. But then I realized that that's probably their soul's purpose, to figure out things on their own. Don't feel guilty. Everyone is responsible for what they do, and it's not your job to rescue anybody, especially those who are not yet ready to be rescued. I know how icky was that feeling when I really love somebody and I want to open his eyes, but he's not yet ready to hear me. Then I said, okay, I made peace with their decision, and I respect it. So when I became aware that I was brainwashed, I did the work and I brainwashed myself. Yes, sometimes I notice that unwanted side is wanting to bring me back, but I say, and I know how it works, and I put time aside to recalibrate, to put myself at ease, to allow the masterpiece of all this universe to work through me. So there is a story, I saw it, about those old clocks that has pendulums, and there were many in one room, and guess what happens? The one who has the strongest signal and pendulum eventually, even though when they uh, uh, put them to work, they were all out of sync. Eventually, after some time, they all bend to the one who has the strongest pendulum and most synchronized movement. We humans are like that. In David Bear's one of his last videos, I saw how he explained it in a perfect way. Uh, I like those examples from nature when he says that story with watches is something that we can apply on humans, on fish, on birds, how they fly or swim in perfect harmony. They have no leader, they just bend to the one who is strongest with the signal. So ask yourself, what signal am I emitting today? Am I a soul who knows and had made conscious choice to be a part of friendly universe, or I'm still in dog eat dog unfriendly universe? Because as Einstein said, the most important decision that you will make in life is whether you are living in friendly or hostile universe. I know how hard it is to be part of hostile universe, and thanks to the higher power, I was, through the serious events and circumstances, pulled to be a part of friendly universe. Thanks God. I mean, there are no words to express my appreciation, because that's something that's literally priceless. And I wish to every single one of you to be able to be in that state of being. That's literally the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to others. So decrease importance, expand your awareness, be a lifelong learner, never ignore synchronicities, signs. They're all meaningful, and they're all bringing back you to the fact that everything that you searched outside of yourself was hidden, as God said when they asked him, where do you want to hide from people? I think that he said, at the place where they never search, in their heart. Reconnect with your heart and become the unstoppable force of life.